What's up guys, my name's Dichronicos here on this Destiny 2 video, and today we're going to be talking about how to farm the materials, or the best ways that I found to farm the materials that you get from Curse of Osiris, including the Radiolarian Culture, Paradox Amplifier, and the Hermaion Blossom. I'm probably mispronouncing, like, if not one, all of those names, but these materials are often difficult to get, and you have to get these materials to unlock these Vex Forge weapons, and it's often a really big time trying to get these. There's a bunch of little tips and tricks that you can use, and there's different ways of getting them that I'm going to be describing in this video, and a bunch of things you probably didn't even know. I didn't even know before trying this, and a couple little things, and yeah. Before I get started, I just want to mention I don't know if these are the only 3 types of materials. If there are more, maybe I'll do another video in future, but these are the 3 I do know about, and on top of each one of them, they say exactly how to get them. To get Radiolarian Culture, you either do public events or chest farms. To get the Paradox Amplifiers, you do Crucible, Strikes, or Heroic Mercury Adventures, and to get the Hermaion Blossoms, you have to do Nightfall, Heroic Strikes, or Trials. Obviously, Trials isn't out yet, so I can't tell you whether or not that is going to be the best way to get Hermaion Blossoms, but from what I see right now, it's probably going to be the best, if not tied with the one that I think is the best. And before I get into the individual different type of materials, every single time a material drops, it actually has a chance of getting a green or a blue. I believe the blues have a 10 to 20% chance of dropping. I think I got 15 greens in a row before I got a blue, and of course my buddy Sam gets like 2 blues in a row, so you do have a chance of getting a blue, so don't worry about it. It's not going to be that ridiculous of a grind, even though it is kind of a ridiculous grind. So starting off with the culture, this is going to be the biggest one. The most tips that I have for this one is going to be the Radiolarian Culture, which I'll be calling Culture from now on. The 2 ways, again, are going to be public events and chest farming. Technically, I believe chest farming is going to be the best way to do it. Most people just do public events on Mercury. Technically, you can get them from other public events on different planets. When I was doing my Flashpoint on the EDZ, about 50% of the time I was getting Radiolarian Culture to drop from that. So if you guys cannot find a public event on Mercury, you can do it on other planets. But I think the best way to get it is going to be chest farming, because technically you can get them from chests, and you can get them most likely on Mercury. I believe there's a higher chance on Mercury, and the other chests on other planets might have a lower chance to give them. But so what I recommend doing is this little chest farm that I'm going to be showing you on Mercury. So what I recommend doing is going to Cade and buying his scout reports. So he has this thing where you can see chests in a 30-meter radius, I believe, and around you, making it a lot easier to find the chests. Now, many people don't know this. You can actually use your weapons, aim down sights, to see chests even farther away. You can see this example. Different zoom sights will allow you to see these chest icons from farther away. The sniper rifle has the longest zoom potential and be able to see the chest farther away. The assault rifle, or I guess had a pulse rifle on me at the time, probably scout rifles you can see even farther. Whatever the range stat is on the weapon is the amount you can see farther away, but it does make it so you're a bit more tunnel visioned, because you can only see the icon if it's in that little rectangle of your monitor. So of course, on my example, I showed you the sniper, the pulse rifle, and the hand cannon. They have different radiuses. The hand cannon does see farther than the original 30-meter radius, so it is useful if you're in tight corridors and you just kind of want to look left, look right. So again, my strategy is just going around the circle of Mercury, this little circle location, while waiting for public events. You just go around this circle, looking left, looking right, going around the different areas, looking for chests if they spawn, grabbing the chests if you see them, as well as the different little activities. These activities include like the little prisoned Cabal guy when there's like a Vex guard. There's another kind of a yellow bar enemy that wanders around. These guys both drop chests. There's also the little Storm Minotaur activity where it makes a bunch of little launch pads. You have to go around to the 3 different launch pads and kill the different hobgoblins. Just go around from launch to launch to launch. There's 3 locations, kill each pair of hobgoblins, then a Storm Minotaur will spawn in each location. Go around the circle again, and you'll kill each one of these Storm Minotaurs for a chest, and again, 3 chests, that's 1 for each of them, which is really nice. And of course, along the way, make sure you pick up those simulation seeds, because again, you get tons of those, and along the way, you're gonna get so many Mercury tokens. This is by far the best way to get Mercury tokens, and of course, while you're doing all this stuff, make sure you pull up your ghost to do those little planetary challenges so you can get even more Mercury tokens. I would say in general, the chests are not a high chance of dropping. It seems around like 30% of the chests that I get, you actually get a Radiolarian Culture from them. But if you think about how long it takes for the public event on Mercury to drop, that's actually pretty good. Moving on to the next material, which is going to be the Paradox Amplifier, which I will dub Amplifier from now on. Again, it's going to be the Crucible, the Strikes, or the Heroic Mercury. Technically, the Strikes can be done Heroic Strikes, and I believe Nightfall, although I haven't tested for the Amplifier, I haven't seen it drop. But yes, you can do it on heroics, and you will get amplifier from heroic strikes. The Crucible has about a 70% chance of dropping any type of material on each game completion. I believe there's a higher chance if you win. Again, you can get green or blue. Strikes have a double chance to drop. Again, you're guaranteed 2 drops of any certain material that allows it. The Blossom and the Amplifier both have strike potential, so you can have 2 drops from each strike, and if a strike takes about around 20 minutes. If you compare it to Crucible, it is pretty much the same as Crucible, whichever one you like best. I'm personally more of a strike guy, just do that one. I also like to mention I haven't tested competitive. It may be that competitive is guaranteed, but don't quote me on that. And lastly, the Mercury Heroic Adventures. Oh my god, I cannot believe how many times I've been through the Infinite Force. It has about 1 to 2 drop chances. It's kind of random between them, but these materials will drop. The Amplifier will drop at a chance on this Mercury one, and again, the regular chances, but I don't recommend this one. I recommend either Strike or Crucible, and if you're like me and you're not very good at Crucible, I recommend doing Strikes. And the last material is gonna be the Hermaion Blossom. This is the one I feel like I'm not pronouncing correctly, but it might be. On this one, either do the Nightfall, Heroic Strikes, or Trials. Obviously, I haven't tested Trials because it's not out yet. This may indeed be the one that's the best one. If it's guaranteed drop of a single drop after every Trials match, this might be the best, but some Trials matches can actually last a really long time, so in general, my recommendation might still hold. From the time that I did the Nightfall, I did not see a Blossom drop, but I believe at the time I didn't have the ability to get Blossoms to drop from it, so it may be that the Nightfall has a guaranteed 2 drops from it, but I'm not sure as of right now, so you guys should try this, and I'm assuming it's a high chance. I also would assume that the Nightfall has a higher chance of dropping these materials, and I have not tested it, but the Prestige version of the Nightfall might have an even higher chance, but don't quote me on that, and do try it and leave in the comments down below if you do test it. The one I would recommend is going to be the Heroic Strikes. Blossoms can be gotten from Heroic Strikes. At the same time, you can also get Amplifiers, which is why I recommend Strikes for both Amplifiers and, of course, Blossoms. If you want to get one specifically, do their very specific ones if you don't want to waste your time getting the other one. And again, Heroic Strikes have a chance of dropping 2. They're guaranteed to drop at least 2, and then the chances of getting green or blue or Blossom Amplifier is kind of random between them. Anyways, that's pretty much all I have to say about the materials. If there's another material, I'm sorry, I didn't see what it is. Maybe it's a material that drops in a raid. Honestly, I'm surprised that none of them said raid. Maybe there's a raid material in the future. I'll make another video if I need to. So again, to recap on the culture, I recommend doing a kind of hybrid public event chest farming, but primarily chest farming. The Amplifier, I recommend doing Heroic Strikes, and Blossom, again, Heroic Strikes. It's going to be the best way to farm it. And of course, have some variants. Do some other things if you get bored, and if you have a team of people, just start grinding them out and try to do them as fast as you possibly can and try to get like a world record. I know me and my buddies, we're trying to rush through as fast as possible. We were like doing really sweaty call outs like, get left side, I got right side, you got the kill, go, 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 you got a super launch. So it was a whole lot of fun to try to see how fast we could get through these strikes. But anyways, that's the video for you guys today. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you leave a like down below. It does take a lot of time and a lot of farming to make these videos and to get this information, so make sure you leave a like down below and subscribe for more Destiny videos in the future. I'm going back to grinding right after this, and I hope to see you guys out there. And if you guys do want to play and do some grinding, hit me up on Twitter, Dichronic in the description down below, as well as doing live streams of doing some grinding. So hit me up. I'd love to play with you guys. I'm on PlayStation and PC. Anyways, my name's been Dichronic again, and I'll see you guys on the next one.